So today on my program today, we're going to talk about them. And I'll tell you what them are doing to the American people. And what do you mean when I talk about them? Let me tell you. The people I'm talking about them is doing to the American people is anybody, I don't care who you are, if you're from China, Russia, India, Mexico, cartels, anywhere. And a lot of you people out here in the United States, from grandmas to grandpas, to moms and dads, brothers and sisters, and friends and folks. Do you know somebody in your family who overdosed on drugs, who died on fentanyl? You've seen your town demolished. People are leaving. People are moving away. Prices going up. In your lifetime, you've seen more going on in your lifetime than you ever done. How? So I'm talking about them people. And those people is killing the American dream. Let me tell you what's going on and how they think and what the American people's going through. The ones are seeing between the cracks. They're bringing in all the drugs and fentanyl in the United States. If you look on the streets, you will have homeless from one side of the state to the other side of the state. From Florida to California to Texas, Arkansas, Colorado, Utah, and all the states, you will see decline of homelessness, no jobs, no houses, nothing for the American people. If you take the American people and don't give them nothing, the young kids we have today, they will pick up the drugs or pick up alcohol or pick something up where they just don't want to feel the pain no more. Or they just gave up. They just gave up. But them people, been bringing these drugs in the United States, they have one goal on their mind. If they bring the drugs here and feed it to the American people on all 48 states and kill all the young Americans in the United States, don't you think? Just stop and think. For all the people you know who died, you sisters and brothers, friends and folks, you go in your town, small town, big town, you look around, people are just packing up, shutting down all the businesses and moving away, and your town is like fading away. I think these people knew what they're doing. They bring the drugs here and feed it to the American people, and like I said, trying to kill all of us off so they can take over. They can take over our housings, our cars, our jobs, and much, much more. If they kill off the American people, there's nothing left. There's no more before us. I'm old enough. I'm 58 years old. My daughter's 30 something years old, and she ever got on the drugs and stuff and died. That's it. My bloodline's gone. So if my bloodline's gone, there's no more of us keep United States of America, keep our natural habitat going. So they're trying to kill us off so they can take over. And because I always thought maybe the government's, half-assed, they're for the American people, and half-assed maybe they're not. Today, when I was younger, I didn't know too much about, Uncle Sam. But more I got older, I get more wiser. Now, I'm not saying Yahoo on Trump, but I'm telling you this. When I was younger, I thought I seen the American dream when I was 15, 16 years old. I figured when I grow up, I want to be somebody. I want to make something out of myself. I want to go somewhere and be somewhere and then own this and own that, and own a business and blah, 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 blah. And once I got a little older in that, in my 20s, I said to myself, well, the decline's going down a little bit, so maybe I can buy a business and put the American people back to work and, you know, and be a part of the American dream. And I got older, and after that, I lived much older. I'm in my 30s now. In my 30s, things start happening. In my 40s and 50s, much more of it was happening. Our freeways got more packed. Wonder why? Where all these people come from. When I was younger, driving down the freeway with my mom and dad, there's hardly nobody on the freeway. You can get to one place, back, no problem. People wave at you. Seems like everybody I know, my neighbors where I'm at today, people across the street, people at work, they all have horse blinders on. They just don't want to talk to you. They don't want to talk to nobody. I didn't even know my neighbors at all, and I lived here for a long time. And it's like that across this country. Anywhere you go, some people in the back east, older people, they talk to you. But mostly everybody else has horse blinders on. But I think now, today, I'm thinking about these people trying to kill the American dream. They're trying to kill the American dream. They're trying to kill the Americans, the young Americans, the old Americans, everybody, where they can take over, be a third world country here. And that's why Governor Newsom and all the mayors and all the towns is letting all the illegals out and not doing nothing about it, and let the crime rise. And not put them in prison. Now, if I went out there right now, if I went out there in 2025 and started to steal from the stores and the diamond factories and everywhere else, if I ever got caught, you know where they'll put me? Because I'm American, in prison, right off the back. But if I was an illegal, did the same thing what they did, they would let them go the next day and let them keep doing their crime. Now, I'm not sitting here pointing fingers or anything else like that, but if you're not putting back in the system, see, when I work, and I got a social security number, and I work, blah, 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 I put all my money back in the system like all American people, okay? Now, when they work, they don't put back in the American system. There's nothing there. It's deadline. Maybe they can go to the store and buy some beer, buy some alcohol, or buy some food or some gas, and maybe buy some taxes off their food and gas and whatever they're doing, but they're not putting back in the system. We're putting back in the system, but there ain't too many of us anymore. Okay? Now, I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I don't do drugs. Thank God. And I believe in Jesus Christ, my Savior, and it wasn't for him, I probably would not be right here in front of the camera with you guys today. I'd probably be out there on the streets in a tent and be like gone. You see somebody on the streets or sleeping on the streets, poor, in a tent, well, they don't want to get up their butt. They don't want to do nothing. They just want to stay where they're at. Well, let me tell you something. Everybody I know out there, they get really comfortable. And maybe they want to stay where they're at because there's too much problems to try to get a house and keep the house going, and the rent and the money and the lights and the gas and the trash and insurance and da-da-da. I understand all that. It's easier just to be left alone on the streets. But they even need help too. When you walk down the street and you see somebody really want help, and you just keep on walking, you know, maybe that'd be God. Your Jesus Christ came down to be a poor person and see how you treat other people. Now, I treat the other people, everybody, the same. I will try to give you my shirt off my back if I can, because I've been there once before. And I understand that. Now, a lot of people, they do drugs and they stuck. Would they take rehab? Really would? Yes. A lot of them overdose when they die, and they don't even have that chance. You know, we're the winners. We wake up every morning, breathe in, nothing wrong with us. It's a great day. We're winners. Okay? But I believe the cartels, the Mexicans, and everybody else, and don't matter who you are, is killing the American dream. They're trying to kill us so they can take over. So they can have a third world country here. wasn't for Trump being where in the position where he's at today, you know, maybe you don't like Trump. So what? I don't like Biden. And there's a lot of presidents I don't even know. I don't know nothing about it because I wasn't in the politics. I probably don't like either. But I do like Trump because he's doing some things, okay? Trying to keep the American dream going. Even he is got ICE out there. Maybe he is doing this. Maybe he is doing that. All you guys are seeing what he's doing to the illegals. If he wasn't doing what he knew, if he was not doing his job, trying to get the illegals out of this country, do you think we're ever going to recover from our houses and our jobs and our loved ones and everybody else? No. Let him do what he needs to do. He already told you guys, if you walk out yourself, go back to your country, wherever you come from, you would have a chance to come back. But if you get caught by ICE or anybody else, you would never get back here again. Now, all these young people out here I see today in our colleges, because I go to college right now, our colleges and everybody, they're not like us. They're sure not like me, because I'm the type of person who has that American dream. Okay? That American dream. But they're just too young, man. People are 30 and 20 and 19 and 18. They had no value what is this country is really built on. Okay? And who you see on the streets today, really, and the homeless people, wherever the hell you're at, where do you see out there? Now, there's some different cultures out there, or on drugs, sleeping in their tents and stuff in Alaska and a bunch of other people out there. I understand it, different cultures. But the real cultures out there is what? The black people, and the white people are on the drugs, or in our tents, or homeless. And everybody in between who are American, are young, who can't live in a house, got to work 6 figures to live in a house of $2,000. They just can't do it. Now, if you give all these people a house who's on the streets doing drugs, just give them a house, say, okay, you own this house, this is yours, you think they'd be back on the street again? Hey, God gave you a willing, He gave you a decision to make, okay? If you want to burn down your house with the house we give you, you go right ahead. If you want to do drugs in your house, you go right ahead. If you want to sober up while we gave you a house so you can be comfortable, where you can have something in your life, you go right ahead. God gave us that right from wrong. And I understand that. And that's the reason why I don't go do that drugs. That's the reason why I kind of stay away from all that to drive. I keep thinking I don't have no hope for the American dream. I still get up every morning and put my boots and my pants on and walk out that door and try to make it. Okay? I try to make it. Now, right now, I don't have a job right now, and it sucks, and I really need one. And I'm looking for a job, because I'm a Heinz 57 man. I can do anything. I can build houses, climb trees, mechanics. I can work in grocery stores. I can do a lot of stuff. And I've been doing it for years. But today, I go in my hometown now, and in this beautiful big town, and I cannot get a job. Because I don't know if I'm too white or too old or have just too much, I just have too much on my plate. They probably rather have somebody who's younger, who's naive, and want to work cheaper. I'm not sure, but I have that American dream. I get up every day and I try to do it. I know our farmers out here in the 48 states, they're hurting really bad. I used to wake up when I was younger and thinking, wow, these farmers are rich, man. They live rich, they're beautiful, and it's green, and they have lots of money. No, they don't. They don't have a lot of money. They're struggling. They are poor. They might be money rich by property. They might be money rich what they have, but not in their bank account. They're poor, they're broke in their bank account. They have so much credit up to their eyeballs, they don't know what to do with. And dealing with China and dealing with everybody else around there with soybeans and our stuff we grow here, our government's doing this, and we have 3 big corporations here are killing our farmers. So we have a lot of farmers out here. Now we don't have hardly no more farmers, man. We have people around the world comes here and buy our farms, okay? And that's not right. It's not right. I don't think, you know what it should not be? Insurance on your car. Insurance on your car, I think you can have insurance. But driver license, that's a fraud. I think we should not have driver license. I think we just have insurance and go get a job and do that. Who cares about driver license? You can drive or you can't drive. One of the two. You can be a trucker or you not can be a trucker. It's all in your blood in the American dream. But, a lot of this shit, what they give us, oh, you got to have a license to drive. I don't think that should be illegal. You know what I mean? I think we just should have insurance on our cars. But if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and do follow me. Because you know what, I am thinking about something. Because I was younger, looking for the American dream. Now I'm 58, and there's no American dream out there. I want to buy a house. I think I had one house when I was younger, while I was married for 17 years. But she left me for a will. Okay, I'm not mad. Go right ahead. But after that, I could not buy a house anymore. Once you have a credit, really high, really good credit, and it goes down to nothing, you're done. You're done. You cannot buy another thing. You cannot do anything else. I think Mr. Trump, when you buy a house or get a credit card, it's like 25, 23%. You have to pay them interest, 23% interest. Houses 5 and 8 and 10 and 15% interest. I think we should have 1% interest. Donald Trump make it 1% interest on buying the house, buying the car, all that. And the American dream will come down to a level ground where the banks will start giving you guys money. Start loaning you guys money because he gave it 1%. Okay? Instead of all this high stuff where we just can't do it. If you want to buy a house and to buy a house for 30 years, that's a long time to pay off a house. That's a lot of interest for somebody over here. You should buy a house for 10 years and get it over with. But that 1%, if he does, it'd be a 40 years in your lifetime to pay off that house, 50 years to pay off that house. You know what I mean? But you're only paying 1%. And, I just for the American people, I know what you think I feel. I know you feel how I feel. So just hold on. Something got to change. It cannot be the same. It wasn't the same when in the old days. It is not. It's different now. But hold on to that range. Hold on to that saddle, because something might change, and maybe we can get the American dream back. Please follow me, subscribe to my channel, and I love you guys. Peace.